session on our Yellow Brick Road series. So Monday will be the last session on the Yellow Brick Road series. Okay, get out your playbook. This is your playbook because you are building a business worth owning. You are on the process of becoming a millionaire real estate agent. That means you are on a path to gross $1 million in commissions, to net $1 million in commissions, to receive $1 million a year, and then finally to give away $1 million a year. Because I walk like, talk like, look like, and have the checkbook of a millionaire real estate agent. Affirmation, write it down. Now, today we are going to talk about receiving $1 million a year. Now we're going to be on pages 263 through pages 284. However, before we do that, I just want you to get a sheet of paper and I want you to draw a vertical line down the center of the paper and then a horizontal line across the middle of the paper. And what you're going to do is you're going to create 4 boxes. And I love Zoom because if you're on camera, I can tell if you're doing this or not. And I'm watching to see that you do. Good job, Brian. Now, in the top left box, I want you to write, I work as an employee. In the bottom left box, I want you to write that I am self-employed. I'm an independent contractor. Now, underneath, I work as an employee, in the top left box, I want you to write, I work for others. And then in the bottom left box, under I'm self-employed, I'm an independent contractor, I want you to write, I work for myself and I work harder. In other words, most of you, you're in that bottom left box. And one of the things that you've discovered is in order to build a successful real estate practice, because until you start creating leverage, it's not a business, it's a practice. The difference between a practice and a business is a practice is you have to show up. It doesn't happen without you being engaged in the day-to-day activities of what you do for a living. And most of you know, or you've discovered, you're actually working harder. You're working more hours. Now in the top right box, I want you to write, I own a business. People work for me. And then in the bottom right box, I want you to write, money works for me. Now, what I just shared with you comes from Robert Kiyosaki, and it's called the, pausing to see if anybody fills in the blank for me.
The something quadrant.
Your cash flow quadrant. Yeah. It's the cash flow quadrant, and study that. It's absolutely great stuff and super important. Now, the pages that you're going to read in today's assignment on this Yellow Brick Road series is pages 263 to 284, and I'm going to jump to page 272. And we're only going to be on page 272 and 274 today, and then we're going to look at the graph on page 273. So bottom of the page 272, here's what Gary Keller has to say.
Can you repeat the pages?
100%. Yeah, absolutely, Brian. So 263 through 284.
Thank you.
And I'm on page 272. I'm at the bottom of the page. Here's what Gary Keller has to say. While the real estate industry provides great freedom, flexibility, and the opportunity for a high income, it does not provide for the financial security of its independent agents. These two realities, unlimited earning potential and no security structure, represent two of the most compelling arguments for and against working in real estate sales. right? If you think back, for those of you who are younger, and you think back, younger, older, I don't know if it matters. And you think back to the conversation that you had with your parents. The first time you told them that you were going to get your real estate license, you were quitting corporate America, and you were going to become a full-time real estate agent. You might have heard, wow, that's amazing. That's incredible. You're going to be amazing. You're going to be awesome. And you might have also heard, are you sure you want to do that? There's no security. There's no guaranteed what? Paycheck. And the fact is, independent practitioners, that's what you are, independent practitioners must fend for themselves and provide for their own financial future. Now, top of page 274, Gary goes on to say, if real estate agents do not build their own practice into an asset-based business that can generate business passive income, they will have to find some other means to take care of their financial needs when they stop listing and selling homes. Now, he's not just referencing when they retire. This is also true if you want to go on vacation like Tara just did. When you're not, if you don't have leverage in your business, when you're not working, you're not making money. Now, what Gary Keller is talking about here is moving from that bottom left box to that top right box and then the bottom right box. In other words, we're going from being an independent contractor. In other words, I have a real estate job. I'm self-employed, but I have a real estate job, to I own a real estate business. And then ultimately, I own a real estate business that I don't actively have to show up and work in order to earn a living. Now, we're not talking passive income from the point of view where it's 100% passive, because I don't believe that ever happens. But we are talking about passive income from, I have a real estate job. I'm working 60 to 70 hours to net over $100,000 a year, or net more than $200,000 a year, or net $1 million a year, whatever that number is for you. To I own a real estate business that nets me $200,000 a year. I went from working 60 to 70 hours a week to 40 hours a week. And then ultimately, I own a business that I work on, not in, that nets me $1 million a year. Now, I'm still going to work on the business, not in the business. The difference is I'm going from 60 to 70 hours a week to 30 to 40 hours a week to maybe 10 hours a week. I'm earning the same amount of money. However, my dollar production per hour is much greater when I own a business that I'm working on and not in. And one of the reasons real estate agents come to Keller Williams Realty, one of the reasons why there are more teams at Keller Williams Realty International than any other brokerage in the world, is because we wrote the model to do what we're talking about today. The only company that did. Now, even mega agents that are not at Keller Williams, they're using the models we created to run their business. All right. If you look at the graph on page 273, Gary Keller takes you from a level 1 business to a level 2 business, all the way down to a 7th level business. Now, all I want you to do, because you guys are going to have to participate, it's 9:17. This is either going to be a short call today or you guys are going to participate at a high level. What I want you to do is I want you to look at that graph. I want you to think about your real estate business, not just where you are today, but I want you to future forecast where you're going to be 5 years from now, 10 years from now, 20 years from now. And I want you to share with me, what did you hear?
Wait, I'm sorry, you want us to read this first?
Nope. Nope.
What we just heard.
Yeah, what is it from what we shared today, from what you know, through the training that Keller Williams has offered you, from the graph that you're looking at, page 273, thinking about where you want to be a year from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. What did you hear? What are your ahas?
With no leverage, you can only stay at level 1.
Okay, there you go. Great job, Carolyn. So if I have 0 leverage, in other words, level 1, it's me. I'm not going to move outside that level. I have a level 1 business. By the way, is that okay?
Yeah.
Say yes. It is. Now, is it okay if I own a level 1 business and I'm selling 3, 4, 5 homes a year? And that's my goal. Is that okay? Yes, it is. Clarissa.
So when you always talk about start with the end in mind, and I think that's, as educators, we always tell teachers, when you do lesson plans for a unit, you start with the end, how you want to assess them, and you build your lesson plans based on the assessment. So what I've heard from you is that I look at the end, where I want to be in 5 years. And where I want to be is definitely level 7 with expansion teams.
Yeah.
So with that in mind, all of my activities should reflect that 7th level
Yes, they should.
business.
Yes, they should. Yeah, begin with the end in mind. Stephen Covey wrote about that in the 7 Habits of Highly Effective People. And, one of the things that he shares when he's talking about beginning with the end in mind is all things are created twice. First, they happen here. Yes. Yes.
In actuality.
Yeah. So you have to see this in your mind before it becomes a reality. If you Google Disney's mind map, it's amazing. It's interesting because when Walt Disney World was completed, I think it's 1972, if I'm not wrong. They were interviewing his wife. The media was interviewing his wife. And one of the things they said was, I wish that Walt Disney would have lived long enough to see this. And her response was, he did. He did see this. Where did he see it? Up here. Shirley, your hand is up. Yeah? Talk to us.
A couple of things. I think it was last week where I saw, I'm obviously a level 1 now, saw myself having a level 4 business. And I love what you often say, we get to choose, like whatever I want my business to be, I get to choose.
Yeah.
I am thankful that I chose Keller Williams. This is all that I know. And the path is laid for me. I have agents that I can look to for a level 1 successful business. I have agents that are level 7 just successful. So the tools, the models are in place. I just have to follow the yellow brick road.
Love it, Shirley. Good job. I'm grateful as well. In 2014, the Dietz team was closing $30 million a year in real estate volume. Our gross income was $900,000. We were doing good and we had a level 6 business, right? And I had one source of income. That was it. It was my real estate business. Now, fast forward 7 years later, I'm a Keller Williams, obviously. I have 5 sources of income. 4 of them are passive, and those 4 are guaranteed for life. And it's all because of Keller Williams, Shirley. If you Google the Keller Williams opportunity map, that'll blow your mind. All of the different opportunities that are available to all of you through Keller Williams. It's incredible. When you think about where you can be 5, 10 years from now, 20 years from now, based on the opportunities this company provides, mind-blowing. Diane.
So just based on, since Bold on Tuesday, and taking it very seriously, because I made a promise to myself that this was it. This was gonna really jumpstart what I want. And really, everything you've been talking about, or even in our coaching program, what we've been talking about, the opportunities are so endless. And I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, I need so much help right now, just organizing the leads and the opportunities. And I'm so excited. I don't even know what to do first. That was the first thing we told them. I don't know what to do first. And here's the thing about that though. Because I focused, it expanded, period. That was like, literally the past 3 days have been mind blowing.
Yeah, that's exciting.
Not just
And
that one lead, I have others,
Oh, yeah.
that were just as, incredible.
And morning, Aaron. And don't take your foot off the gas.
Right.
No, you're going to be tempted to,
No, I can't.
and don't take your foot off the gas. Vicky DeLuca, talk to us.
So, yes, oh my God, Diane, that is just so empowering. That is so exciting. But I agree. From Bold, there was someone, and I can't remember his name, when he stood up, he said something. He said, if you don't have something going on right now in your business by listing or, whatever it may be, you're unemployed. And I know that this whole quadrant means something, but if you are not with something going on, we have to have that mindset of, we have to get at it no matter what until something happens, because it's almost as if we are unemployed. We don't have a job until we have something going on that's active. So being in Bold really set a flame in me and made me just want to set aside my time blocking and making calls and connecting with people. And I keep remembering your voice every time, John, going, come from a place of service, come from a place of service. So I just love that. I love that. And it's stuck in my brain.
Nice job, Vicky. Really, really well done. And here's what I heard you saying. These two realities, unlimited earning potential and no security structure, represent two of the most compelling arguments for and against working in real estate sales.
Absolutely.
Yeah. The good news is it's 100% up to you. Your success, your level of success is 100% a choice, right? Because you decide when you're going to stop making calls that day. You decide if you're going to knock on one more door. You decide if you're going to keep going until you schedule one more appointment. Nobody makes those decisions for you. You decide. Maddie.
Sorry, I was on mute.
Yep.
Yeah, I want to piggyback what Vicky just said and Diane, but it's the Bold really gave me an eye opener as well. And listening to about, you have to build your business, you have to work the business. But the one thing that it opened my eyes to is getting out of that comfort zone. And I have pushed myself more since last Tuesday than I've ever done. So, I'm calling people that I've been nervous to call even before all of this, because I know it's been so long since I've talked to people. I was never a phone person. I'm not a salesperson. So I do like to call people. And when I do, it takes me a long time to have a long conversations because it's been so long, but I'm learning to streamline it, get to the point of listening to them, find out what's going on with them, and then try to find a way to mention the real estate business, because I am trying to build that rapport and get people to understand that I'm trying to build a business and to talk to me, So I'm getting out there more than I even did in the last 3 weeks. I love it.
Vicky, how long have we, Maddie, how long have we been working together?
It's almost a month now, not even a month yet.
Right. And
since October 1st,
it's
I met you.
interesting. Diane, Clarissa, you can tell a difference in people that have been a part of this group, part of this office for a week, for 30 days, for 6 months, right? The way they talk changes. right? One of the best things that I can do for you as a leader and trainer is help you change the way you think, right? And Maddie, I am so proud of you. You're going to be amazing. You are amazing. And you have an amazing future in front of you. Now, you may not have 100% confidence yet, but see your future in my eyes. It's
do.
bright. Now, what's interesting is you said the word try about a half a dozen times. Yes or no?
Yes.
Yeah, you did. And you affirmed that you're not a salesperson, that you don't naturally make calls. And this is coaching. Don't get mad at me. And you said it's a challenge to find a way to bring real estate into the conversation. Is all of that true?
Yes.
Yeah, I promise you 30 days from now, 60 days from now, you won't say those things anymore. Okay. There is no try,
Right.
just do. And you are a great salesperson because you're a great person.
Thank you.
You don't sell real estate. Nobody's ever bought a home because of that slick salesperson. Nobody's ever bought a home and said, oh my gosh, I can't believe that salesperson talked me into buying this home that I don't want. Nobody's ever sold their home that didn't want to sell their home because of a salesperson. All you do as a real estate agent is you have consultative conversations with people. You help them self-discover the right decision based on their goals. You help people make new decisions based on new information. And you do that really well.
Thank you.
Right?
Actually, it's funny that you said that because it's even me based on the new information, I'm learning the new information. So by me learning the new information, I'm able to present that to everybody that I talk to. And it's opening my eyes. So I definitely feel a difference just in that alone.
Oh, yeah.
So,
Yeah, it's a process. It's 100% a process. And I see a change in you already. And every day improve by what? 1%?
yep.
Yeah. Diane, am I right? Or,
You're absolutely right.
okay, good.
Absolutely. And no, just processing. And I have to be honest, like, I feel like I've had an epiphany in the past 3 days, and everything I'm doing is working.
Mm-hmm.
And the noise and the dream bullies are sort of like just at the sidelines, they're, still dream bullies and noise, but I'm just, my mindset is I'm done with you guys. I'm focused on me. And no matter what the good or bad or ugly is happening on my sidelines, I just can't let anyone get my way.
Don't see it. There's a scene from a movie called For the Love of the Game. I think I got the title right. Kevin Costner is the lead actor, which if there's a Kevin Costner movie on, we're watching it because Monica's in love with Kevin Costner. If he ever shows up my front door, I'm available. So if you're looking for a date, give me a call. Because I will get thrown to the curb big time. Anyways, there's this scene in the movie where Kevin Costner, he's standing on the mound and he's a pitcher and he's focusing on the catcher. And they start with a really wide shot and you see all of the people in the stands, the fans yelling, making lots of noise. And he's focusing and slowly those fans in the stands start to fade out of the scene and the noise becomes softer until finally there is no noise. And the only thing he sees is the catcher and the catcher's mitt. That's it. What is the mitt? Guys, it starts with a G, ends with an L, and there's an O and the A in the middle. It's the goal. It's the goal. What is the teacher in the room goes, lead gen? I'm like, really?
Just gave us the word.
There's a G in the beginning, there's an L at the end.
Oh, for the love.
If you guys could have seen the look on Aaron's face as he was looking at his mother.
He's like, really, mom?
Yeah, right. Yeah. Had he spoke guacamole, my answer would be, who cares? But okay, back to the focus. He's focusing out the noise. You get this? And he's looking at his goal. From the Bible, this one thing I do, I press forward. This one thing I do, I press forward, focused on the prize. Now, the prize in the Bible is there. The prize for Kevin Costner, throw a strike. The prize for you, get the appointment.
Absolutely.
I don't hear noise. It doesn't exist for me. All right. Maddie, your hand is still up. Did you put
Oh,
it
it
back?
is? I'm
Did you put
sorry.
it- Nope,
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 I'm
okay, I
good.
apologize. I just don't want to leave you out if you had something else.
I'm good.
Sure. Okay.
Always
I
good
hope
to
you
go
guys
back.
got great value today.
Yep.
Did you get your money's worth?
Absolutely. And John, you're right. If we don't get that appointment, someone else will.
Yes.
Get your unfair share.
Thank you. Thank you. Get your 2 slices of pizza. Hey, that's a shirt.
I love that.
All right, get your unfair share. Yeah. All right, everybody, it's time to get to work. What's work? Work is 20 conversations, not 19, not 18, not 17. Because you've had 17 conversations because it's close enough. You didn't have the 18th conversation, which could have been $1 million listing that you didn't get because you didn't have the conversation. By the way, this works for 10 conversations. It works for 5 conversations. It's your goal, and it's not a goal. It's a standard. Standards are non-negotiable. Have care call conversations, not sales conversations. Maddie, I'm talking to you. Always lead with gratitude. Family, occupation, recreation, dreams. Maddie, I'm thinking about you, just giving you a call. How's your family? How's things going at work? Are you still working at blank, blank, blank? If I had a new client for you, are you accepting referrals? Awesome. I'd love to email you that information just to make sure I've got the right email address. What's the best email to send that referral to? Hey, I noticed that you guys went on vacation. Did you have a good time? What was your favorite part? Hey, you know what? Before I hang up the phone today, just curious, as you know, I'm a real estate agent and most of my business is by referral. And I was just curious, who do you know that might be thinking of selling their home? How easy was that?
Very.
Right? I sound like a
So
salesperson.
easy.
Did I
Yeah.
sound like a salesperson? Say no.
No,
Did I
very
sound-
genuine.
Did I sound scripted?
Nope.
And 100% of it is.
In all honesty, I had one call the other day where I hadn't spoke to someone in a while. And she actually asked me, so what are you doing now? Because we worked together years ago. And I told her.
Did you
And
say,
I
wait a
did-
minute, I got to get the script in front of me? Hold on. Okay.
No, I actually said, when I told her what I was doing, I said, as a matter of fact, if you don't mind, please, if you know anybody that is buying or selling a home, please refer them to me. And she said, oh, definitely. So I did. I got it.
Love it, love it, love it. All right, focus on getting an appointment, getting a referral, adding somebody to your database and building a relationship. Find somebody today that is thinking of selling their home. Whether it's 7 days from now, 30 days from now, or a year from now, doesn't matter. Because you're looking for opportunity, period, not just opportunity right now. Meet with somebody today that is thinking of selling their home and then follow up forever because you reject rejection. Because no is not a word that lives in your vocabulary. No simply means not yet. Remember that people will never change their mind, but they will make a new decision based on new information. And when you follow up forever, Millie, coming to you. When you follow up forever, you're creating emotional proximity. Emotional proximity simply means that I'm going to hire the person who's closest to me when I get serious, when I change, when I make a new decision based on new information. So Millie, when you follow up forever and I make a new decision based on new information, that new decision will be to, there you go. All right. All right, everybody, make it a great day.
You too, John.